Buenos dias! Thanks for checking out my hike. I'm Kevin, and today is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I am speechless, utterly speechless. I can't say enough about it. I know I just said I was speechless, but the truth is I cannot say enough about how gorgeous it is out today. You probably think I'm a little confused because earlier I said I was speechless, but I get it. Enough said. Now, I know I just said enough said it, but if I could just piggyback onto that by saying that this is going to be an amazing hike. I mean, words escape me. That said, take your protein pills, put your helmet on, we're taking a hike. My hiking partner today, I can't say enough about him. He needs no introduction. He's an author, he's a musician, he's a producer, he's a satirist. He's made light of pop culture over the years. You've seen all those hilarious music videos, so funny. He's sold over 12 million albums. Can you believe that? He's got 4 Grammys, he's got gold albums, platinum albums, every color album you can think of. I mean, I haven't said enough about him. We'll save it for the hike. That said, today we're hiking with the multi-talented, the all-around nice guy, Weird Al Yankovic. Did you ever in your wildest imaginations think you can get so far and be so successful in your career by playing an accordion?
I never really believed it until like right now.
I
had this epiphany just right when you asked that question, and it kind of blows my mind.
You never lay down in bed and think, wow, I can't believe I've done all this with an accordion.
There are a lot of things you can do with an accordion when you're laying down in bed, actually. But you have to be very careful because they're heavy and they restrict chest movement.
Can you play piano?
I can play the piano, but my left hand is more used to playing buttons.
So you can play the piano, but you've got to be holding it in your lap.
That's correct.
Have any other hobbies besides music?
I don't. I don't. I thought, should I get into philately? And I know that's illegal in several states.
What is that?
Stamp collecting. Stamp collecting? Yeah. No, no, because everything that I do for a living are things that I'll be doing for fun.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think I have too many hobbies, though, actually.
What do you do?
Well, I like to play golf. I don't
Miniature?
play often. Miniature golf, yeah. But it's got to be really...
I love the anthill. The windmill I cannot handle, but the anthill is pretty cool.
It's got to be really small, though. It can't be just miniature. It has to be super
like microscopic
tiny.
golf.
Microscopic golf.
You play with a microscope.
Yeah.
In a petri dish.
Yep. When did you start using the word weird in front of your name?
Well, I think people were calling me weird before I was calling myself weird.
Why is that? Will I know by the end of the hike?
You might. No, I don't know. People, it started, I'm sure they were calling me a weirdo in high school, and they were calling me Weird Al in my college dorms freshman year. And finally, I took it on as an empowering thing. I said, all right, fine, I'm Weird Al.
Is it because you were doing weird things? Or your behavior was weird?
I suppose they thought so.
Yeah.
I would put my leg behind my head and jump around the dorm room, and people thought that was unusual behavior, I guess.
When you call a restaurant, do you say it's Al Yankovic, or do you go, it's Weird Al? Can I get a seat?
I don't tell them my name at all. I think that's personal information.
Oh, you don't want to give that out?
No, they say, well, what name should I put that under? And I'll just say, oh, you'll know when I show up.
The thing you don't have to worry about is identity theft. Who's going to want the name Weird Al?
That's true. We bought the WIERDAL.com domain just for all the people that didn't know how to spell weird correctly. And about 30% of our traffic comes from people that don't know how to spell weird.
Are you a morning guy?
Not really, no. I don't know what it is. I tend to stay up all night long, like when I'm away from the family. I'm more of a morning guy when I'm at home with my family because they're morning people.
Yeah.
But when I'm on the road, doing a show late at night and got the adrenaline going, I'll stay up like 6 or 7 in the morning.
Is that all natural adrenaline? Or are you a coffee guy?
Well, I do coffee, but mostly as a laxative because I love to defecate.
You do?
I do.
How do you like your coffee for defecating?
I like my coffee like I like my coffee.
I like my coffee lawsuit hot. Are you touring now?
No, I'm talking with you right now. No, we're touring. We're touring next year. Actually, we're doing the Strings Attached tour, which is going to be fun. We're doing every show with an orchestra, full symphony orchestra. So that's going to be starting June next year, and the tickets are on sale now.
Even if you don't show up, the audience gets a good show. They get strings.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even if you hate me, you got a whole symphony orchestra.
Yeah.
You can focus on the oboe player.
It's funny, when I see you like this, you kind of look like a pastor from the Old West.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you should have like a stagecoach somewhere.
Is it the hat? What is it about me?
I think it's the hat and
long
the
curly hair,
maybe, because I don't know. Does anybody really know what the Old West was like?
Well, you have to watch HBO to really know what the true Old West was like.
Well, I watched Deadwood.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
it.
they would swear.
A lot of cursing.
A lot of cursing. And I was
Pretty
thinking,
much.
did the cowboys know the F word back then?
Did they? When was the F word invented?
I don't think anybody came up with it back then.
No.
I'd like to know who came up with the F word.
They're probably saying things like duty pants.
Yeah. Cow pie.
Yeah.
So you a hat guy? You like hats, or is this your hiking hat?
Well, I like it because I don't have to worry about combing my hair, and also we're in a lot of shade today, but also I don't like to be exposed to the sun, because when I'm exposed to the sun, I have a tendency to burst into flames.
Did you ever have short hair, like in the last 20 years?
When I was a baby.
Okay, but since you started doing the videos, it's all been kind of long.
Pretty much. I mean, my hair it just keeps growing out of my head. I'm not sure how I can stop it, really.
You could shave it and then cement your head. Have you had any transformative events in your life that really changed you, besides your family? That's always the easy way out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the birth of my child.
Yeah, I could say that, but I mean, I hate to make everything about my career, but I mean, Dr. Demento was a transformative thing in my life, because if it hadn't been for him, I'd probably have a real job.
Yeah. He's a big DJ, right?
Yeah, he played my stuff early on. He played my stuff when I was 14, 15 years old on the radio, and gave me encouragement and got me my initial exposure. And if it hadn't been for that, I went to college and I got a degree in architecture.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought, at some point I'd have to be an adult, and so far that hasn't happened.
So you can draw houses?
Well,
cantilevers?
I'm a little out of practice right now, but I still print very neatly.
When you do these parody videos, is that what you like to call them?
Sure, let's go with that.
Because I know sometimes maybe that's not the right word.
I'm highly offended you call them parody videos.
When you do them, I know you kind of have to get permission, don't you, from the original artist?
Yeah, I always say, in every interview I say it's a gray area, because I don't necessarily have to, but it's a good idea just because, especially when you're dealing with rappers, you don't want to be involved in a drive-by shooting. Just make sure they're on your side. Oh! Yes.
When you did that Michael Jackson one, you got permission from him. Did you talk to him in person?
After the fact. I mean, normally when I get permission, I'm not calling them up directly on the phone. It's usually, my manager talking to their representatives, agents, answer machine. And but I did meet him a couple times in person, IRL.
Yeah.
And
did he like it?
He did. Yeah. He was. He approved it, both of the parodies, and he told me that. He liked the videos. He actually liked my movie UHF. He said he played that on the ranch for his friends, and they liked that a lot.
That was a great movie.
So it was very odd to meet him in person, because he was just so iconic. He's like, it wasn't like you're meeting a real person. It was like you're meeting, a statue from Madame Tussauds. It was like, how can you possibly be real?
When you travel, is it all commercial or do you go private?
Oh no. It's in fact, if somebody else isn't paying for it, I do coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if I can, I'll just hang on to the outside of the airplane.
Yeah.
Whatever's cheapest. Oh, for touring, we definitely we bus it for sure.
How many people are on the bus with you?
Well, we graduate up to 2 buses, so we have the crew on one bus and the band on the next bus.
Yeah.
So there'd be five or six. I think there might be more on the next tour, because we're also traveling with a background singers. So we're loading up the buses.
Did you see that movie 10 Feet Away?
20 Feet Away.
20 Feet Away? Oh, that's a sequel.
Oh, okay. The original was 10 Feet Away.
That's right, it's 10 feet
much,
away.
much closer.
Yeah, they're coming out with 30 Feet Away now.
Wow.
But that's not a backup singer. That's just an audience member.
What's it like to be in the audience?
Yeah. You're not really an impressionist.
No, not really. I mean, I changed my voice slightly to try to mimic other artists, but I am not an impressionist.
Or you do their moves and stuff. But
Yeah,
you don't...
badly. I mean, I think a lot of the humor comes from the fact that I'm not a trained dancer. I'm a just goofy, lanky dude.
Much like this show right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unprofessional.
Just trying my hardest, which winds up being funny.
Although I did enjoy doing impressions when I was younger, I never really thought it would be a good idea to become an impressionist, because essentially I wanted people to be doing impressions of me.
Right.
One day,
Have you heard any impressions of you?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. I've never heard. Duchovny did one of me once, David Duchovny. It was just this. Hey man. Hey man.
That is just like
That
you.
was it. This is a great hill right here.
if this was all snowed in, this would be like a great toboggan trail.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved from Connecticut to Los Angeles, I'd see hills and I go, man, that's going to be tough to get up in the winter.
Yeah.
You know? Do you get a physical every year?
I do.
And is it usually pretty good?
I love it.
You like it?
No, it's something you do. You know, you get your how many colonoscopies have you had?
I've had probably about 10 colonoscopies.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you get one free if you haven't punched your card each time.
That's right.
What do they drug you up with so it feels like the time is just gone? Like you're asleep and hello again.
They call it a twilight.
Twilight.
Drug. But I had mine done during daylight savings, so it didn't work.
So you didn't need anything. I told you before, the first time we met was in 1982 at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and you have no memory of this, but I had a poster on my wall, you know, and this is before I had an album out and before I was touring,
yeah.
But you opened for me at a little place on a college campus, yeah. And I remember back then, and you used this, I'm sure, for a few years. You did the bit where you would be an artist, and you would have somebody from the audience come up,
yeah.
And I think you're a charcoal artist,
Yeah, charcoal.
So your fingers were filthy. You say, "Oh, let me move your chin a little bit."
Yeah, yeah. They wouldn't know I was getting charcoal on their face. By the end of the sketch, their face was covered with charcoal. Right. Yeah, yeah.
You're an early pioneer in blackface humor, and that's commendable, Kevin.
That's
really.
Right. What's your guilty pleasure at the grocery store? Do you get ice cream? Are you a healthy guy? Like you
I am, and I try to be vegan, but I mean, ice cream is like my downfall because I love ice cream.
I try to be vegan too, but you know, I eat a lot of meat and fish. And that's not true. If you had to steal a rake,
okay,
from a hardware store
to clear out the forest floors, yes,
whatever you wanted to do with it,
okay,
how would you steal it?
Well, I would put it down my pants.
Which end first?
Well, the pole end,
the
down
handle
my
end
pants,
first. Okay.
And then I would grow a long beard first of all,
yeah.
And then I would weave the beard through the what do they call them? The tines?
The tongs?
The tongs?
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
I don't know my rake terminology.
How would you steal like a regular, like a hard dirt rake, not a leaf rake?
Are you thinking like a hoe?
Okay, let's say a hoe.
Wait, what's a dirt rake? How now see,
you know, with the metal prongs just facing down.
Well, that's what I was thinking of. What
I was thinking of a leaf rake. You know, the bamboo.
Oh, you're thinking of a broom?
No, you didn't grow up in the East, did you?
I guess not.
No, you don't know what a leaf rake is.
No.
Wow, that's interesting.
Us city folk don't know our rakes.
You know what a hoe is because you're from the city. You like to read?
Sure. I don't read as many books as I'd like, but I
read like labels and stuff.
I read labels, soup,
yeah.
a lot of soup.
Yeah. What are you reading now?
A little bit of Campbell's.
You should check out.
You know, Anderson Split Pea has got some good stuff on it.
Don't tell me what happened.
No, I won't know it.
What's your favorite sleeping position?
Fetal.
What have you been craving lately?
Ice cream, donuts, and chocolate chip cookies.
Are you good at remembering passwords?
I remember every locker combination I've ever had, but just not in the right order.
I remember my locker combination, 36, 24, 38.
Really?
Or that was the measurements of my teacher.
Oh,
that's right. I'm sorry, I'm confused. If I was to walk into your closet, you do have a walk-in closet, right?
You can walk right in. You have my permission.
Would I find a very tidy closet with all your shirts like pressed and ready to go?
Well, my wife is sort of in charge of the wardrobe, so yeah, you will see it tidy. Upstairs are sort of the more clothes to wear about town and not get noticed too much, and downstairs are all the Hawaiian shirts. There's like a full room.
That's right, you're a Hawaiian shirt guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was just for the videos or if that was something you had like in daily life.
Well, it was something that I used to wear in daily life, and it became sort of like you know, what I was known for, to the point where now if I wear a Hawaiian shirt in public, it's like, oh, he wants to be noticed.
What do you think happens after you die?
Well, I think you start to decompose.
Mm-hmm. And is that painful?
Well, I mean, it's painful to watch. I live part-time on Maui, and sometimes a cow will die in our yard, and you can't move it, so you just have to throw a lye on it and just watch it decompose for months.
When can you stop eating the cow? I mean, you don't want to
when you're full.
Just when you're full?
When you're full, yeah.
How's Hawaii?
It's nice.
You live on Maui?
Yeah. We live on the east side, Waianapanapa. My Hawaii friend.
Was that a question? Waianapanapa?
That's the state beach there with the black sand.
Do you worry about flying over the ocean?
Well, not any more than any other place. My wife is more afraid of it because she's afraid of being eaten by sharks. Whereas I know you can just punch them in the nose and you're fine.
Yeah, yeah. Watch it now, watch it now. You know how they have these old battlefield scenes, like the knights fighting each other, the warriors, and they're all dueling, you know, they're in fights with each other?
Yeah.
Do you think it's feasible, if you're in that battle, to just go up behind somebody and stab them in the back? Or is that like against the rules?
I think it would be frowned upon.
Yeah.
I think there's not really time for a do-over in that case.
No.
But I think people would be like, come on!
Really?
Really? I'm not a big face-to-face guy.
No, I would come a little bit late.
Uh-huh.
Let everybody get engaged
Right.
in the fight, and then come up behind them.
Come late, stab them in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way that we go through life.
Yeah. That's the Hollywood rules
That's
right
the
there.
Hollywood rules.
You get recognized a lot?
Well, only when I leave the house.
Yeah.
Because
Your wife doesn't recognize you?
No, she's had a problem for years.
Were you ever caught up in that whole drug craze back in the 80s?
Or the Flintstones vitamins, you know.
Flintstone vitamins,
the Pebbles and the
St.
Bam Bams.
Joseph's,
a couple
aspirin.
Bam Bams a day. I was pretty into that, but I've cut that way back.
Yeah. Do you meditate at all?
Not as such. I zone out. Does that count? I just
I guess
space
so.
out.
I noticed you zoned out a few minutes
I
ago.
zoned out several times during this interview.
Yeah.
So I
'Cause
just
you-
pick little moments during the day.
You have so much energy and excitement in your voice, and I wonder if that ever, like, you ever get tired, you know, at the end of the day or sometime.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
when I go to
afternoon.
bed and sleep. It's a pretty human thing.
Do you sleep excitedly too?
I am so excited when I sleep.
What's your favorite
I
sleep?
go, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, here it comes.
I'm gone.
And then I wake up,
Here we go again. Thanks, Weird Al Yankovic. Enough said. I didn't think he was that weird, did you? I mean, near the end of the hike, he sort of got a little, I wouldn't say weird, I'd say odd. He became odd Al Yankovic. I'd rather not talk about what happened. Okay, that said, thanks for joining my hike. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will catch you next time. Happy trails.